Other items to watch could include fire alarms, watertight integrity monitoring equipment, ballast control apparatus, and telecommunication equipment. All these tasks need to be recorded in the log. This record will provide a useful check should there be any malfunction. It is essential that the watch-keeping officer remains aware of what is going on inside his ship. An important consideration is when to call the master. The safety of the ship is the master's responsibility, and the watch-keeping officer is discharging that responsibility only within the limits of the master's orders. Precise instructions for calling the master to the bridge must be set out in the standing orders. For example, call me if any ship is to pass with the closest point of approach of less than 1 mile. If the watch-keeping officer is in any doubt as to whether he should call the master, he must call him. The ship on the port bow is on a collision course. A potentially hazardous situation is developing. It is better to call the master too early rather than too late.
That's the vessel in the port bow.
Okay. What was the last fix you had?
The master makes a quick assessment of the situation and takes over control of the ship, making his intentions clear to the watch-keeping officer.
Second, I'm taking over the watch from you.
Yes.
000.
000.
It's a good idea to record the time of such a handover in the ship's log. The master then takes appropriate action.
Could you give one shot once, please?
Yes.
It may be appropriate to use the ship's whistle or other signal to indicate a change of course to nearby ships. It is always better to be defensive in your navigation, bearing in mind the possibility that the other ship may not do the correct thing. With the master having taken over control, the watch-keeping officer remains on the bridge to help him. Teamwork on the bridge is always important. In difficult traffic situations, it becomes vital. The officer of the watch gives the master his fullest support, not just simply doing what he's told, but double-checking things as well.
Wheel on starboard 20.
Aye, aye.
The rate of turn now 5 degrees.
Watchkeepers should remember the words of a famous American admiral.
East to 10.
No officer, whatever his rank and experience, should flatter himself that he's immune to the inexplicable lapses of judgment, calculation, and memory, or slips of the tongue in giving orders, which have so often brought disaster to men of the highest reputation and ability.
That was close, wasn't it?
Very close. Funny how come he didn't alter course versus to do so.
Are you happy with the situation now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can take over the watch now.
Yes, sir.
And give me a call if there is any doubt.
Yes, sir.
The watch-keeping officer must always stay alert and double-check everything he does. There is no more important task than watchkeeping. It involves the responsibility for the safety of the ship and everyone on board. The watchkeeping officer must always maintain an all-around lookout involving visual, radar, sound, and VHF. Know the ship's situation and how this relates to both fixed hazards and other ships in the vicinity. Ensure that the track made good is the intended track.
Sir, could you
Know
please come
when
up
to
on the
call
bridge,
the master to the
vessel on
bridge
port bow, she's
and
4
then
points in
call him
location, of course,
early.
she's not altering her course, sir.
Routinely check the ship's navigational and other equipment. Based on good training and experience, each officer must learn how to manage his time on watch. There will be many demands on him, but he must always bear in mind that the safety of the ship comes before all else. Further information and advice on the subject of watchkeeping can be found in the Nautical Institute's publications, Bridge Team Management and Bridge Watchkeeping.